Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video here. I'm just going to do a quick install video today on this Polaris RZR fuel door. This is actually a product that I've kind of developed and I make here myself in my garage. I've sold a good bit of these and have got some pretty good feedback and reviews on it, as well as this one that I use on my personal machine has worked out really well for me. So I just want to do a quick install video and show kind of what would be included in the package here if you were to purchase one, and just some overall details. So it's essentially a fuel door that's going to go over your existing fuel cap on your Polaris RZR. The main purpose is to keep mud and debris out of that area and keep your fuel filler clean. So it's a plastic fuel door. It's made out of HDPE plastic, so it's actually a pretty robust plastic. And the reason I went with that also is that kind of the grain finish on here matches what is on the rocker panel of the RZR already, as well as there's no paint required on this or anything else that's gonna chip as rocks or branches hit it on the trail. So this one's a little beat up, as you can see. It's kind of my first prototype that I keep on my own machine and did some testing with, so it's a little rough around the edges, but they hold up very well with this material. And then what you're going to get pre-installed out of the package is the friction hinge, and then a kind of marine grade push button latch to hold the door shut. And it's going to also come with a key lock here, although that's not really the main purpose for this, for security reasons, but if you did want to lock it, you can. But the true main purpose of this is to keep your fuel filler area on your RZR clean. So in the package you'll get the fuel door, and then on the back side of it you're going to get a package of hardware. That's going to include everything you need to mount the fuel door and the other parts required for it, all ready to go there. And then just a couple of details on the back of the fuel door. You can see this is, like I said, the first one I made, so I kind of did my little signature on it and stuff. But you're going to get a Made in the USA sticker here, and then also I kind of stamp in my company's, my small business initials here, as well as a serial number, just to kind of keep track for myself and keep track of what I'm making with these. So that's kind of the fuel door itself. Within the hardware pack, you're going to get all the screws and hardware required to mount the fuel door, as well as the latch catch that'll mount on your RZR. All of this is stainless hardware, and then you also get the key set for the lock here, which is optional to use, like I said. So that's kind of the fuel door. You're also going to get a set of instructions, and this is kind of what we're going to walk through today on the video. Pretty simple 4 steps to mount up the fuel door on your RZR. It's also going to give you details of what RZRs the fuel door fits, and kind of some other specs about it, and all that's available before you purchase it as well. But essentially, you can go based off of the rocker panel part number on your RZR. So essentially, almost all 2014 and newer Polaris RZRs are going to use that common rocker panel, 2-door and 4-door. The 4-door will actually be a different part number, but it's the same fitment in terms of this fuel door. So 2014 plus should be good to go, minus the new Pro XP. It's not going to fit the RZR Pro XP, but basically any 2014 and up, kind of XP or XP Turbo, Turbo S, even the RZR 900s, 900S, all those different models, they all use that common rocker panel and should be good to go. So pretty simple install instructions here. And then you're also going to get a drill template. This is for mounting the latch catch for the latch there. So we'll actually be cutting this out and taping it onto the body panel itself, and it shows you where you're going to drill your 2 holes, and it makes the install really quick and easy. And then I also spec out what drill bit sizes to use and everything. So that's kind of what's coming in the package: the fuel door, the hardware, instructions, and drill template. Over here I just have a few of the simple tools you're going to need. So basically scissors to cut out the template, tape, just any kind of type of tape, masking tape, or painter's tape, to tape this template in place. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, 2 drill bits. This is a 5/32 and a 3/32. You know, optimally you use those sizes. You could be a bit off though, but I recommend those 2 sizes. So the marker to mark your drill locations, and then I've got a 11/32 ratchet, socket ratchet, to grab that nylon lock nut for when we install the fuel door. But you could use just a pair of pliers or normal wrench to kind of hold that nut on the back side, and then obviously just some sort of drill for running your drill bits. So that's kind of overview of what's going to come in the package, what tools you'll need for the install, and just kind of the details behind this. So we'll just go ahead and jump into the actual install on the RZR. So we'll go ahead and jump into the install here on my 2019 RZR Turbo. Got my dog here, Murphy, joining in. But I've kind of got everything set up over here for what we're going to need. And I have already had this fuel door mounted on, obviously, for quite a while. So it's going to have holes drilled already for all the hardware, but we can still kind of walk through what's going to be required. So really the only thing you're going to have to do to prep your machine is remove the passenger seat. And that's going to allow you access to the back side here, where you can see these 2 holes down here. And that's going to be where you grab your nylon lock nuts on the back side. Other than that, that's really it. Just a few basic tools and be good to go. What do you think, pup? Yeah? So following the instructions, the first thing we're going to do is hold your fuel door up into place here. And you're going to mark these 2 holes here for your hinge on this left side for where you're going to drill. And basically you're kind of looking for kind of even gap all the way around the sides here. If anything, a little bit more on the right side here by the latch, just to give room for the door to open. But somewhere kind of like this looks good. And then you'll mark these 2 holes here on the left side. Remove that. You can see how I kind of marked them before with the marker. And then you would come in with your drill those out, and be good to go for that step. And then the next thing you're going to do is actually mount this up on here with the hardware, and I'll show that. Like I said, once we got the 2 holes here drilled, that's all we got to do is go ahead and mount up the actual fuel door itself. So from your hardware kit, you're going to want to grab the 2 machine screws here, Phillips head, and just pop them through the holes on the hinge itself. And then we'll take our screwdriver. And the hole size I spec out on here is actually a little snug on these, and I do that on purpose. That way, from this side, I can actually thread these in, even though they're a machine screw meant for a nut on the back end. This just makes it a little bit easier to do with one person, so you can actually kind of snug these up a little bit, and it holds the door in place like that. So then, while that's held in place on its own, we can take our nylon lock nuts and our stainless washers here, and we'll go from the back side with the ratchet and actually snug everything up. So we'll open the door here. Pop on the lock nuts on the back. Let's grab our screwdriver again. Kind of grab the front side here with the screwdriver and then go from the back with the ratchet. And just snug these up lightly. They don't have to be crazy tight. They stay nice and snug. So that's really all you need there. So that's good to go for the fuel door. That's all snugged up. Opens and closes good. So kind of test that for your fitment. And then if we come inside here and look at the back side, you can see where those two lock nuts are kind of tucked back here in this in the pocket back here. Now what we'll do is go ahead and open up the fuel door itself, and we're going to go for the install on the latch catch. This is going to mount on this inside here, and the way we're going to get the drill holes or the hole locations is with this template. So we'll go ahead and tape this in place. A few pieces of tape. And this kind of just sits in here and it follows the body lines here, so get it placed as best as you can, following these exterior body lines as well as inside here, and just tape that in place like that. Couple pieces there, and a piece on the bottom, and then one on the inside will do it. So what this is doing is showing, this follows your body lines here, and it gives you your two drill locations, and then you can come in with your smaller 3/32 drill bit and hit those 2 points there right through the paper like that, and that'll be pretty close to, that gives you really good accuracy for where those two hole locations are going to be there. Once you have those drilled, take your Phillips screwdriver again, and then in the hardware kit you're going to have these self-threading machine or screws. That's going to mount this latch catch, and you're going to want to go with your mounting holes inboard on the machine. So we'll go ahead and mount this guy up. Get the first one started there, and we'll come in with the second one. And like I mentioned earlier, this latch catch can adjust in and out. So you can kind of set it all the way outboard like this, or push it all the way inboard, and that kind of adjusts like how far in and how tight your door catches in place. I think I had mine right about in the middle, so we'll go ahead and snug it up where it was. These screws here too, you just want to go hand tight. You don't want to go too crazy on them, otherwise you'll strip out the plastic since they're just threading into that. And just going hand tight with them. I've had no issues with these backing out. I've put a lot of miles on rough trails, and these stay in place really good. So once that's in, fuel doors mounted, go ahead and test the shutting. Shuts good, latches in, and like this plate here is what I was talking about. You can adjust that with the position of your latch. I leave it like that a little bit so that it kind of snaps in good and mounts up good like that. I haven't had it rattle or anything on the trails, and runs really good. So really that's the install overall. And so like I was talking about earlier, really the main purpose for this is to protect your fuel filler cap here. So what I've experienced before I was using my fuel door here is that on the trails, this whole pocket here would just get caked with mud, snow, or sand, or whatever it was I was riding in. And then when I would go to fill up, I'd have all in the top here mud and different debris caked on, as well as all around the fuel cap itself. So when you would go to loosen up the fuel cap, open it up, you're breaking all that debris free and mud free, and it very easily could or would fall into the fuel tank itself. So now with the fuel door here, all that's eliminated. You might still get through the cracks, like if you go through deep water, you're still gonna get some like dirty water spray up in here. It's not gonna be 100% clean, but it's gonna be a huge improvement, and you're not gonna get like major mud and different debris caked around your fuel filler. As well as I think it just kind of fills in the rocker panel there. Looks a little bit more like it should have from the factory. Just overall, I think works really good with the machine. So that's the full install on the fuel door for the Polaris RZR. Appreciate anyone that took the time to watch the video. Like I said, this is just a kind of side hobby for me that I do in my garage, and really enjoy making them. And if I can help anyone out with the fuel door and it makes their enjoyment of their RZR better and experience, then that's awesome. So I'll throw a few details down in the description below the video for how, if you're interested in purchasing one of these fuel doors, as well as how to get in contact with me. I do make these in like small batches, kind of as demand comes. So if they're out of stock, just send me a message and I will make more. But yeah, that's kind of everything for the fuel door. Like I said, just wanted to kind of get a little bit more visibility on this, since I was getting some good reviews on other sales I had, and appreciate it. Everyone take it easy.